going to learn business or going to do business. I just
Yep.
want
I
I
mean, there's
bet.
two ways of learning, man. There's two ways: hands-on, and then there's
Oh,
visual. You
doesn't
know.
stop.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't stop. And I love it. Honestly, the more and more I grew up, I learned that knowledge is kind of a game of its own. When
Yeah.
you know it on, it's like analytics. If you understand, if you can look at numbers and figure things out, get an idea out of it, dude, you're ahead. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving forward, guys. Question for you, Waller. What is your biggest failure and what did you learn from it specifically in artistry?
My biggest failure.
One of them. First thing that pops off the top of your
You
head.
know what? Yeah, I got one. I think my biggest failure of an artist was not realizing the amount of advertising and like
Mm.
promoting it takes to get a project to take off. Like you'll get some shit like, yeah, it's about to go to be a hit, bro.
Yep.
Drop that shit. You wake up the next morning like 100 views. What the fuck, bro? Like, I thought I was gonna blow
Yeah.
up. I thought I was gonna
All
wake
that
up
hard
rich.
work,
Like what
right?
the hell happened, man? I was working for months on this shit and it got like 100 views. Like, there's a lot more work that goes into it. You got to realize it's a whole business promoting this shit, and like,
Totally, man.
Yeah.
it's definitely. I should have known it when I started, but it's part of learning, man. Like I never sat and tried to learn the business before I started to rap. I just heard like a Future
Yeah.
song, like, damn, this beat is hard, bro. Let me start rapping on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Danny, same question to you. What is your biggest, not biggest, one of the failures that pops off the top of your head that you learned earlier on in your career?
I think it has like something to do with like what we were saying, because like I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on promotion myself. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram and stuff like that, thinking, oh,
Right.
this shit gonna blow up. It still didn't
Google
even blow up.
ads.
You know what I'm saying? And you need a whole team behind you. You can't just have I have one manager and this that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have a manager and shit. That shit's nice, but it's like you need a team. You need a person that's running the business. You know what I'm saying? Pushing your music, getting the videos done for you, paying. You know what I'm saying? You need all that. You need a team behind you, and you're not gonna go nowhere without it. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Totally,
one of
totally.
mine.
Totally know exactly what you mean, and the keyword I can take out of your answer is the teamwork, dude. Teamwork. You know, Disney, Walt Disney himself. This was his quote: "Teamwork makes the dream work." And it's good. This analogy is correct in business. This analogy is correct in being an artist, being an any profession you might be. It's very true. You have to. It's just that's the name of the game, and whoever
Yeah.
thinks it's just happening to them, they need to realize no, everyone goes through the same thing. Yeah, a lot of people have a easier way to it, but not the majority that the people want to make it basically
Yeah.
from the ground up. That's a good answer. I appreciate you guys, and to our viewers watching this, you might think that was a question that Gore asked and what Danny and Wallard answered, but in reality, that there is an underlying message where both of them just showed the entire world how humble they can be, because it takes a lot of guts to say I'm wrong at something, no matter how big or small it is. And I'm wrong at many things myself. I can sit here and admit it myself. But a lot of people, they're too cocky. Their ego is too big. And
Yep.
in my experience, if your ego is large, that means you have limitations on your learning. If you have limitations on your learning, you have limitations on your advancement, which means your competition is going to kick your ass. That's how I see it.
That's a
You know what I
fact.
mean? But
That's true.
you guys are solid, man. And I want the viewers, whoever didn't catch on that, definitely make note of that, and be sure to follow both of these gentlemen. You guys are gonna get a lot of entertainment, information, and they're setting the blueprint. If you're watching this at home, you want to be an artist yourself, they're going through the hoops.
Okay.
Learn from them. You don't need to make the same mistakes or just to learn it. You can totally learn from someone else's mistake if you can, and that's where another advantage lies in anything you do. So that's why it's a really good thing for everyone to watch. Guys, Danny, question: what advice would you give to someone watching this that wants to pursue a career similar to yours?
Don't think everything on the internet is true, and don't think that nothing you can just get it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. It takes time, takes dedication, takes knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to school for this, and it's like even still, I feel like I barely know anything. You know what I'm saying? And it
Tell me
takes
more
time.
about school, Danny. Tell me more about school. Like, what is it in school? Because when you mentioned that, this is what I get out of it. You basically about being an artist, being a musician. You got an education on the street. You're street smart. I can tell because I'm smart too. But you also
Yeah.
book smart too because I like reading, not reading, but it's studying. Whatever interests me, I like to read about that
Right.
here and there, no matter where. I'm noticing a
Right.
lot of similarities. So, what is it in school that you learned that you decide you understood? Oh, this is what I thought before coming here.
I learned how to like you know consoles like the SSL, just a bunch of different consoles to audit, and I learned how to use those, how to literally wrap cables, and like they teach you the most basic shit, and then they teach you DB, they teach you everything. Like, and I didn't even know what I was learning. I'm just sitting there taking notes. I was never the kid in class. Like when I was in high school or elementary school, I never took notes. I never did my homework. Never really passed tests like that. But then all of a sudden here, I'm like just taking notes, fucking doing everything. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized I fucking love this shit, and I just want to continue on this path. You know what I'm saying? And I already knew I was gonna go down this path. It was just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, man. Nice. Waller, same question to you. What advice would you give someone that is thinking of going in a same or similar career to yours? What would you say about that?
I mean, I would say just go on YouTube because YouTube and Google is
Yes,
the
sir.
most powerful tools. I mean, people don't understand it, but most of the shit that you're gonna learn is on YouTube.
Yes,
And if
yes.
you have the mental dedication to sit there and actually watch through the videos, don't skip around. Don't fuck. I mean, if they're like rambling at the beginning, obviously
Yep,
skip through
yep.
that shit. But like, if you don't slack on your learning and you really like sit and you give everything time that you want to learn, you will learn what you need to learn. You don't even got to
Yeah.
spend money like that. I mean, if you want to do this and you're somebody at home, all you need is dedication. That's all I gotta say.
And add on to what Wally's saying, he's 100% right about this. Know why? Because we were in school and coronavirus hit, and then we had to not go to school, and everything was hands on. They're teaching us, and then all of a sudden we're learning through Zoom, through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden YouTube, like I'm watching videos on YouTube, and I know exactly what they're talking about because we learned it at school. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube, it's like that's fucking vital. He's 100% right.
That's awesome, and I agree with that 100%. YouTube, see one thing that it makes us to feel that way is because it's so customized. You go over there and you search the topic you're interested in, and school has to be something similar. We shouldn't be forced like the subjects and the careers and the what do you call them? Profession. No, what do you call it in school when you choose your career? There is a word to that. I forgot. Your
Profession.
profession, and then there's a sub
profession.
and something like that. You go over there and they tell you have to do this in order to get to there. But like 40-50% of the classes, it's irrelevant. You don't even want to be in it.
Yep.
And that's the reason
Yeah.
we don't relate to that. But the YouTube solves that problem. YouTube doesn't force you to take 10 classes where 5 of them you don't feel or you're not interested in. You
Yep.
only hear and learn whatever you're searching, putting in a search bar. And that's what makes it customizable. And my personal opinion about YouTube and learning, I did the same thing for business. I swear to God, I've opened multiple businesses throughout the times. I've personally interviewed over 1,000 people, and I hired over 300 people throughout the time working with me. But long story short, what I've learned is every single step is a challenge in its own,
Yeah.
where it needs to be understood and dealt with. So, for example, like simple. Where you need to hire a person to start working for you. You need to do that the right way. What would I do? YouTube. I swear to God, I learned
Yeah.
everything on YouTube, how to conduct it, how to do this, how to do that, and it worked for me. You guys just gave the same answer, and it worked for you. And if you guys, obviously, you're using YouTube, you're on YouTube, but YouTube is not just for entertainment; it's also for your career and for your own learning too. Especially in this day and age, people complain that a lot of jobs are going to get lost because of AI and robots and this and that.
Nope.
Okay, but you need people to control the robots, right? All you gotta do. Go ahead, Dan.
Yep. No, and you're 100% right. And I say control the robots, but also like you, if it gets to that point, you're gonna need entertainment. There's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna probably shift to where robots are controlling cooking, this and that. But people, I know a lot of people's gonna switch to entertainment, YouTube, and you see a lot of girls on OnlyFans now.